Good morning, students. I'm here, Miss Tanya. Now, here I'm going to tell you about the Tempest. As you're just a beginner, it is just the outline of the story, The Tempest, for all who have not yet started it. And before starting, you should know the outline. When you are aware with the overall story or overall part of this drama, it will be easy for you to understand what is now in the content. So, let us go with the outline. The Tempest by William Shakespeare. Now, by this picture, you can understand the tempest means the storm. The storm, the great storm, what occurs, that we call tempest. But here in this drama by William Shakespeare, the tempest, this tempest is man made, means man made storm. Now here you can see different characters here, that how they have come to this particular place and how this tempest occur. Now let us, in a short way, I will explain you, as I have written over here, that this tempest has one main plot. You can see on top one main plot and three subplot. One main plot is there. In that main plot you can see that what is the things what is going on, and it is divided into three subplots. Okay, one main plot divided into three subplots. Now three subplots: first is the interview of Caliban, second conspiracy of Antonio and Sebastian, and third the love of Ferdinand and Miranda. Before going to main plot and subplot, you should know the characters here. Now this storm, the tempest, has two main characters. One is Prospero, one is Miranda. You can see Prospero is the father, he was the real Duke of Milan, and Miranda his daughter. Okay, now Prospero has a brother, Antonio. You can see here I have made an arrow. Antonio, he is Prospero's brother. Now this Antonio was a very cunning man. Prospero, as he was the Duke of Milan, he was always he used to love to study various books. So he used to spend his time in reading books, and he gave his kingdom charge and all to his brother, that you take over while I am busy with my books. Antonio, as he was a cunning brother, he did not obey his brother's commandment in a positive way or in a truthful way. Instead, he took the advantage. He thought, if my brother is busy, then I will take over this kingdom and I will become the Duke of Milan. That is why what he did, when his brother was busy in his studies, he used to do the work, and slowly and steadily he captured the kingdom. He became the ruler of the kingdom, and he chucked out his brother Prospero from the kingdom. Prospero was really sad, because according to him, he trusted Antonio. He trusted his brother like his own child, and his brother cheated him. And Miranda that time was only 3 years old. She was very young. So Prospero was sent out, and in this conspiracy of Antonio, who all were involved, you can see below Antonio I have written King Olenzo and Sebastian. King Olenzo was the king of Naples, and Sebastian was King Olenzo's brother. These two people were also involved with Antonio to chuck Prospero out of the kingdom. As King Olenzo was the king of Naples, and Antonio wanted his help, because he has to pay the taxes to Olenzo. So this way these three were together, and together they have just sent Prospero out. Prospero was really very sad. They were sent to the ship, and the ship was actually broken one. There was no means to survive. But you can see below Gonzalo. Gonzalo was an honest old counselor. Actually, Gonzalo was the counselor of Olenzo, but he was so kind man. He honored Prospero too. So what he did, he helped Prospero and Miranda to reach to the island. Prospero actually wanted to end up his life, but because of his daughter Miranda, who was so young, he had to survive. So they reached to an isolated island. And reaching to that island, who helped him? Gonzalo. He made them to reach to that island. He brought all the books of Prospero, all the daily needs of Prospero, everything he brought. And Prospero, by his studies, he used to study of magic. So this way he enhanced his knowledge of magic and he became a great magician. He did not give up in his life. One thing you will understand, children, he did not give up. It is very easy to give up in life, but it's very difficult to face the challenge. He faced the challenge. He, with his daughter, as a father, he took care of his daughter, and through his magic he made all his livelihood there on that island. He survived there. Then you can see here I have written two Prospero under that, Ariel and Caliban. Ariel was a good spirit and Caliban was a deformed slave, and he was savage, means uncivilized. When Prospero became a great magician, he took the power over that island. He became the master of that island. And there was Caliban's mother. Her name was Sycorax. She was a witch. And before, she was the overall she was the mistress of that island, but she was very wicked kind of witch. So Prospero killed her and he captured that island, and he also took care of Caliban. Caliban was very small, but Caliban, by his look, he is a very ugly fellow. He is half fish and half humankind, like monster look. But Prospero taught him, Miranda also taught him languages and all, taught him to speak, and he grew up under Prospero. But when this Caliban grew up, he became so devilish that he wanted to kill Prospero, because he understood that this island was of my mother, and Prospero has captured it, and he did not remember all the good thing what Prospero did to him. And he started planning conspiracy and all against Prospero. While this Ariel, a good spirit, how he came to Prospero, that's this Sycorax. She had captured Ariel. She kept Ariel for the work, but Ariel, as was a good spirit, he never used to do bad work. So when he denied to do the bad work, Sycorax has put Ariel inside a tree trunk and told him that you will be here for many years. As Prospero was passing through that way, he heard the cry of Ariel. As he was a magician, he understood something is there. Through his magic, he just released Ariel out of that place. And this way, Ariel was always grateful to Prospero, and from that time he started living with Prospero, doing the work of Prospero, as Prospero never used to make him do bad work. So Ariel was happy with Prospero to do the good work for him. So this way Ariel was in that thing that one day Prospero will set him free, so he can go away in his own way. Now what happened when Prospero came to this island? Now finally he wanted to take the revenge, as he wanted to take the revenge from Antonio, Olenzo and Sebastian. Antonio, Olenzo and Sebastian, they were returning from the marriage of King Olenzo's daughter. King Olenzo's daughter was being married to a Tunis, and she was very far away married. So King Olenzo was returning from there, and on the way through the ship, what happened? These all people were there: Antonio, Olenzo, Sebastian and Gonzalo, Adrian and all. And with them there were two more fellow, you can see other characters, Trinculo, Stefano. Boatswain, who was the head of the ship, who was controlling the ship. While they were returning from there, what happened? There took a great storm, and that storm was not the real storm. That storm occurred by Prospero. Prospero saw them and he wanted to make them realize their mistake, and he brought the storm. And who was the main one who did all this thing? Ariel. He helped Prospero. He brought fire, he brought storm, he brought various kind of problems there, and this way they were so shocked. They were not knowing what to do, how to survive. Now this way King Olenzo had a son. His name was Ferdinand. He was a very kind boy, very kind man. So he was also in that ship. When Prospero told Ariel that, Ferdinand, you have to bring to this island to me. So Ferdinand was dropped out from the ship, but Ariel saved him and brought him to an island, and slowly Ferdinand came to Prospero. As Prospero wanted Ferdinand to marry Miranda, but he never wanted him to marry her just away. He wanted to test him, that whether he is a loyal person. He is not like his father, crooked. He is loyal, he is good, he can be with my daughter. So he gave a real test, and that test was like real. It was not of magic. Magic was only the thing that a Prospero was invisible to them, and he was just watching whether Ferdinand is ready to do the work, and Ferdinand did so. This way, when finally what happened, when these people were chucked out from the ship, they came to a particular place, to an harbor. They survived there, and this way Prospero, through Ariel, he brought all these people in front of him, and these people accepted their mistake. Ariel make them to realize that what all they have done to Prospero. Other time, this Caliban, through this Trinculo and Stefano, he made a conspiracy against Prospero, that how to kill him, but he was failed because Ariel heard it and informed to Prospero. Then this way, Alonso, Sebastian, Antonio, Gonzalo, they came to Prospero, and they all realized their mistake. Prospero wanted to take the revenge, but finally he understood that there is no consequences and no result in taking revenge, but it is better to forgive a person than to take revenge. So when all of them realized their mistake, King Alonso accepted his mistake, and according to King Alonso, he thought his son, he died, and he was very sad, and he was blaming himself for all his bad work what he has done. Finally Prospero told the truth to them, and he made them to realize. They realized, and finally he showed Alonso Ferdinand and Miranda, and Alonso was really shocked, at the same time surprised to see Ferdinand. He was saved, and he also got not only his son, with the son he got a beautiful daughter, and they were very happy. Antonio realized. Antonio asked pardon to Prospero, and he said that you are the only real Duke of Milan, I am not, and you will get your kingdom back. This way Prospero thanked Gonzalo for all his good work, and Prospero finally he wanted that Miranda and Ferdinand to get married, and Prospero wanted to go back to his same place, Milan, to live a simple life. He wanted to give up his magic. So he just broke his magic wand, his magic dress, all the thing he just gave up, and he just gave up all his magic, and he was going to live as a normal man, and he wanted to die up also like a normal man in the in Milan. So this way you can see here, Tempest, that is Storm. Prospero, father, Duke of Milan, had a daughter, Miranda. Miranda falls in love with Ferdinand, who is the son of King Alonso. Prospero had one brother, Antonio, who illegally took the kingdom of Prospero. Alonso had also a brother, Sebastian, who wanted to take the kingdom of Alonso through the manipulation of Antonio, but he did not. Gonzalo was an honest old counselor. Adrian also was a servant of King Alonso. Trinculo and Stefano were other two characters who were. Trinculo was the clown of King Alonso, and Stefano was the butler who used to make drink. Boatswain, in Act 1, Scene 1, you will see that he was the controller of the ship. He used to manage the ship. Iris, Juno, Ceres are the other spirits. Ariel only made the different spirits. When Ferdinand and Miranda's engagement was taking place, so they were arranging the supernatural engagement. So that is being done by the spirits. Caliban was a deformed slave and savage who was really irritated by Prospero, but finally he understood Prospero was a good man. He realized his mistake, asked pardon, and lived a happy life. Ariel did all the work for Prospero, and finally he was set free. I hope you understood. Thank you.